Hello and welcome to my first Let's Play. This Let's Play is of... I started too soon. What a great start. Stronghold! Stronghold was a game made in 2001, so I was only 8 at the time, but it was still a pretty fun game. It is set in a... well, it's a real map of Britain with fictional nations, led by fictional lords. I'll be quiet during the rest of this cutscene.
Life in the old castle. Happy times them were. The people were all so much friendlier. Oh, and how we feasted.
Delicious.
And courted the fair maidens as well. There was work, of course, sharpening our minds. Making us strong. But mainly, I remember it as a happy time. Oh yes, and then there were the neighbors.
Stronghold.
Greetings, sire. Your stronghold awaits you.
And that was the intro. Seems like so much fun. Now, you'll notice that there's black sides on, or black bars on the side of the screen. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. I tried moving around what amount of the screen the recorder actually records, and if you're wondering, it's Bandicam, because Bandicam allows me to record anything, whatever I want. However, since this is a program, it actually only records a solid square from the bottom right instead of where I tell it to, so there's nothing I can do about these black bars. I'll try to do that for other games, but if my assumption is correct, since they're an application, it will not work like that the way it would for, say, your desktop. So for those, I apologize in advance. Let's just get right in. There is the combat, and then the economic. I'll do the economic after the combat, because the combat was really the actual main story that this was made after. I mean, come on, it's the Middle Ages. You can't be in the Middle Ages without war and castle sieges and what have you. So let's get right in. Military campaign. There's sieges, which are basically realistic things, like, well, Camelot isn't a realistic thing, but trying to Edinburgh. I have descriptions here and such as I gesture with my hand instead of, well, I don't have the cursor on, so anyway, the Tower of London, and then a bunch of user created maps, and I know I've heard of some of these names. I'm just trying to remember the actual thing without reading the explanations over here. But anyway, you know, one-time thing, you can play the assaulting or the defending. No, wait, that was the next stronghold that you can do that. This is where you're defending, this is where you're attacking. For some reason, there are different ones where you are, you know what I mean. Like, for example, this one, you have your attacking force, which is the little blue one over there, and you have to go through. I can understand that, but then it doesn't have all of the ones from the siege. And then multiplayer, because what's a game without multiplayer? I guess, something. Military campaign. Gathering the Lost. Act 1. The Fallen Kingdom.
As soon as the king had marched his army into the barbarian homeland, rumors began of a plot to seize the throne. When news came of the king's capture, the country was invaded. Several nobles, including your father, sought to end the bloodshed, but on the way to meet for negotiations, their party was massacred by a band of unknown raiders. Bruised and exhausted, you have been beaten back to a forest on an overlooked peninsula, where a small group of loyal troops are hiding. Although the country is lost, maybe from this refuge, you can at least avenge your father's death.
Oh, what a fantastic start to the game.
I say we act now and strike while the iron is hot.
No, 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 no. The few men we have would be cut down like lambs to the slaughter. We need time to gather our forces.
Nonsense. I shall take 6 of my finest men into enemy territory by the cover of darkness and...
No, 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 just listen. Our men are close to starvation. This is what we must do.
The debate rages on well into the night, but eventually Lord Woolsack takes you to one side.
Sir Longarm tells me he knew your father well, which is why I'm giving you your chance to prove yourself. It is time you got your first taste of command.
So yes, as you can see, that is a map of Britain. Completely fictional, because these are the 4 lords controlling the territory. So you can see there's the rat, the snake, a pig, and the wolf. I believe each of these would be a level. I don't exactly remember, since it's been almost, or maybe over a decade, since I've actually played the campaign in this thing. But yes, as you can guess, with names like Lord Woolsack and Sir Longarm, this isn't exactly real, historic. But it's on the map of Britain, so there's your historic.
We need you to oversee the setting up of a good-sized base camp. Start by finding a suitable clearing, then use some of the wood plentiful in this area to begin your construction.
And that is the objectives. Pretty simple. The objectives page, the hints, I won't really click on those. There's a strategy, of course. This is basically the tutorial areas where it's telling you. And then there's a tutorial itself that tells you the details, in much detail, of all of the basic buildings and later on troops and things that you will eventually find within the level. So let's start. Pretty simple.
Place a keep to site your castle, my liege.
Do stuff.
Site your granary, sire.
Super specific. Do stuff. Right. So all you need to do is, well, let me explain. This is your stockpile that has all of your resources. There's the various resources you'll find. For now, all we really have is wood.
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
And this is the granary. As you can see, meat is hanging there. Now here's the Lord. You cannot order him where to walk, but you can actually order him to attack things, but since there is nothing to attack, you can't do that. These are your peasants. As you can see, as this bar fills, more peasants arrive. You can only have a certain amount of peasants, displayed here, and every peasant, as shown by me building a couple woodcutters' huts, will turn into those people, and they still count toward this number. To switch to enlarge the number, you build hovels. Little lady comes out with her baby, and it adds another 8 population. And then there's the hunter's posts, who obviously hunt things, as you can guess, the stuff down here. And they have a pet dog. Now what you can do, since this is just the tutorial, is you can click on them and it'll actually have names, like Clacky the chicken. I'm trying to click on the other. Henny, so creative.
This policy of no taxes is the least we could expect.
Sam Appleblossom the Hunter. They even have their little lines. Like, for example, if I click on the woodcutter.
This policy of no taxes is the least we could expect.
Sam Apple. Isn't that the same guy?
This policy of no taxes is the least we could expect.
It says I was clicking on the ground, so it said his line again. Simon Miller, the woodcutter.
Warning, your lordship. A message from your scribe. Animal tracks have been reported in the area, sire.
Oh, fun. Are those from the deer? Because that would, considering there's a big pile of deer over there, that would make sense. Let's see. Oh, I clicked on Snowy. Running around, as dogs normally do. And Rover.
Granary stocks are very low, sire. Our food stocks are dwindling.
But yes,
my
as you
liege.
can see, this is the general details. I'll just explain stuff as this is happening, since there's really nothing else to talk about. Lord Hobo. Penniless and loved. Sounds about right. And then there's all the
The
details.
people love you, my lord.
The most important would be popularity. As you can see, there's a crowding factor. So if you lose houses and there's no place to house the people, it provides
Granary
negative.
stocks are very low, sire.
Oh, tell the hunters to continue hunting and bring food back. Oh, there we go. He has to kill these guys, bring them back, cut them up, and then take the meat over here. Just like these guys have to chop 3 logs. That wasn't a whole lot. I best actually build another. Yes, these guys have to chop logs, which, as you see, parts of the tree actually come off, and when they bring 3 logs home, they will begin sawing them into planks. It's an entire system that you can actually keep track of to see how things are going, which I liked.
Granary
I still
stocks
like.
are very low, sire.
Yes, we know that
Our
we only
food
have
stocks are
3
dwindling,
pieces
my
of food in
liege.
there. That's why we have a hunter bringing in more. And little children playing patty cake. And then like 20 people sitting around a fire. For no particular reason. Probably shouldn't have actually built a house, because I didn't exactly need it at the start. But, oh well. Very small map. Anyway. Popularity,
The
which is
people
the
love you, my lord.
thing we'll be paying attention to the most, because there's all of this stuff that's providing happiness. This big number is the happiness. If it goes below
Granary
Zeeple...
stocks are very low, sire.
Zeeple? Really? I just combined the number 0 with the word people. Oh my god. If this goes below 50%... I don't even know why I said 0 back there in the first place. If this goes below 50%, people will start leaving your castle. And it'll be these guys, then it'll start to be the vital people. Like, you know, the people cutting your food up. So you'll have no food on top of no people. So, like, say it was people were starving in the first place because you
A
didn't
message
have
from your
enough
scribe.
food.
Scouts are reporting that packs of wolves are closing in on the castle. We must
That's-
get the supplies stored.
Not too good. So basically, if you run out of food because you don't have enough food people, and your happiness goes low enough, your food people who were making the little food in the first place could leave, or the people that you needed to convert into people who make food. As you can see, there's all of these either empty or mostly empty tabs. These will be completely filled in the future. How close am I to the goal? Really? That's a lot. Probably should have built more hunters posts, but I've been talking too much. Yep. Are we there yet? Oh, 2 pieces and 1 thing of food. Wood. God dang it, speak properly. Why you no speak proper? I'm trying to think of what else to say. I guess I may as well go through this more. Stores of what you can click on when you clicked on that. Oh, there we go. We win. Right as I start blabbing away, we win. Saved you guys.
Victory!
Yay! 8 wood extra got us plus 40 additional score. So literally you could sit there for an hour chopping down every single tree in the world to get like 5 million extra score.
Whilst the men frantically ferry precious supplies into the granary, Sir Longarm and Lord Woolsack ride into the camp.
Job well done. Not too bad for your first attempt.
No, no, no! The fool has pitched camp in the middle of the wolves' migration track.
But I didn't know!
Good. It will give the men some well-needed practice before we make our strike.
That worked, I guess.
Oof. Now I have no choice but to send out a scout to find a more permanent position.
And that territory is now claimed as ours. Apparently we're still in the same area, though. Mission 2, finishing the fort.
Day by day, the camp becomes more overwhelmed by the wolves, and their persistent howling robs the men of sleep. The situation is about to get out of hand when Lord Woolsack's scout returns. Soon afterwards, you are summoned into the command tent.
Sir Longarm has convinced me to give you another chance. We have found the remains of an abandoned stockade.
Wolves plague this county every winter, so we need you to get the stockade back up to scratch quickly.
Failure is not an option this time. Just keep your eyes peeled.
To ensure the safety of your men, you are required to renovate the abandoned stockade before winter is upon us again. Use your archers to kill off any wolves that threaten your peasants.
And we get our first
Cite your granary, sire.
fighting unit. And stuff in the background. Now let me check something, since I saw the play score, whatever it was called, options, gameplay. I forgot if there was a difficulty meter within here, because I know some games do that. But it doesn't seem to, because if it was the hardest I wanted to see if it would be on a harder difficulty or not, but apparently not. Sure, let's just have our meat cut up right in front of us. Now you could instantly screw yourself over by not building any woodcutters' huts and instantly not having any wood. Later on, this will be sort of fixed by being able to build a marketplace, which you can buy and sell whatever the hell you feel like.
Instructions?
Here are archers.
We await orders. Yes? Archers, ready!
And here's a stockade. Oh, by the way, I forgot to even do this because I'm so bloody smart. Holding right click does these. Yes, that's so specific. This will lower the ground to flatten it, like if there's people hiding behind buildings and you need to check. Or you could always press the spacebar, which instantly puts it into a sort of build mode where you can see what buildings are, but you can't actually see the buildings, where in this you actually still can. Which is useful for filling in holes in your wall in case you didn't see them. Then this is the zoom, obviously you'd guess. And then, as I already showed, this is the compass, which changes the rotation of the map. Something weird though, that the buildings stay in the same location. So they'll always be facing the same way, no matter which way you direct your thing. Except for the capital. Like, they only made one sprite for these buildings, but the capital has all four. Oh. And then this would obviously be to remove that if you want to do a cinematic view of a battle. Which is nice. And what was it? Food and complete castle. So I wanted to complete the goddamn castle. I need more wood, which I don't have because I made 200 posts before I made wood chopper. I'm just failing all the time already. And by the way, as you can guess, there are wolves up here, as you have scene. Let's hope the hunters don't get too close to alert them, because I believe it would be possible to alert them and then the hunters pretty much die. I believe archers...
My bow is yours!
This is just a wild guess, but I believe... Also, I like how even though it's a baby deer, it still comes out as a full-sized one. Anyway, I believe archers and hunters are virtually the same things, except you can control...
Me lord?
archers and not control hunters, and the hunters will do hunting and obviously the archers won't. But saying, you know what, I'm gonna turn this down a bit. I turned it down before I started, but then I didn't exactly have the actual game music because I didn't play this too long before I started.
Instructions!
Yeah, there we go, I guess. Anyway, I believe that they have roughly the same strength, because if, say, an enemy gets within range of the hunter and he's not immediately busy, like carrying something, he will actually shoot at the enemy. Same goes for the woodchopper. If an enemy encounters the woodchopper, unlike a regular civilian, the woodchoppers will actually fight back. That was another little detail that I enjoyed. Granted, the woodchoppers are the weakest quote-unquote fighting unit in the game, but it still kind of counts. Now, as you can see, this tab is full. Not full. It actually has stuff in it now. All we can make is wood. We have a gatehouse there, so we don't need to spend 10 wood on another gatehouse. So let's go into construction view and finish the castle. Or not, because screw off. That was one thing that was kind of...
A message from your scribe. The wolves are on the prowl, sire.
I see this. That was one thing that was kind of weird about this game. That was only the only negative thing I had about it, is that buildings built instantly. Granted, they had this thing where you can't build X amount of spaces from an enemy unit, so they can't just completely destroy you by, like, building towers in front of you or some insane crap like that. But yeah. I think that guy was about to shoot at the wolves, but then he decided to get against it. Or maybe they just got out of the way. See, he's shooting at the wolves, even though he can't get anything out of them. He's defending his land, which I always thought was nice. Do we have the wood yet? Almost. I believe... Why do we keep doing that? Keep doing that because there's a special one that... I played Stronghold Crusader more than I did this, because Stronghold Crusader is basically an expansion, because it has more stuff in it, so when you're playing against the computer, which I did a lot before I played multiplayer, yeah. Basically, this command was put on the left side, I believe, and this command was removed to have this command as the replacement. That would be really annoying if I just did this. Whee! Okay, enough. And we have the wood now. I don't even need to put the thing down to finish the castle. As that Sir Bark-a-Lot stops me from finishing the wall. Did I do it? Maybe? I need another food person.
Can't place that there, my lord.
Are there, like, holes in the wall? Oh, no, the castle's completed now. Now I just need enough food to complete it. Hopefully these guys will bring it up to what I need it, so we don't sit here forever. Yay! Another battle
Victory.
done. See, now it added troops loss percentage, which I'm sure it'll be like 50 or more % later on in the game, knowing my luck. But anyway.
Well, at least you can complete half a task.
Gee, thanks, Lord Woolsack.
Job well done. Now, our men are secure, and we can send a hunting party into the next county to eradicate the wolves for good.
I suppose it must be done. but we have to proceed with caution as that county is close to the enemy's border.
Border. I sometimes wish I had an accent. Mission 3, eliminating the wolves.
We need you to train some new recruits in the use of the bow.
The wolves breed in the next county. Find their lairs and wipe them out. It's them or us.
Find a hilltop and fortify yourself there using a mott and bailey.
Duke de Pouce has been patrolling the area of late, so it is vital you are not spotted, as we don't stand a chance against a full assault.
If you see that rat before I do, be sure you slice him open for me.
Okay.
Construct a Mott and Bailey fortification and strengthen it with some towers. Then start bow production and raise a force of archers with which to eradicate the wolves that run riot there.
And now we start
Place
to
a
get
keep to site your castle, my liege.
into longer missions.
Site your granary, sire.
Because this actually requires me to do things that isn't collecting stuff. I have a habit of not immediately doing things right. Alright, I forgot about that. In this version, the barracks is made out of wood.
A message from your scribe. We'll have to work fast. These wolves are everywhere.
However, in Crusader, which I will do eventually in case you're wondering, won't be immediately after this, so that way I can give a space in between, so that way you don't get bored of the same, virtually the same game. But in the Crusader, these things are made out of stone, which actually cause some problems if you don't have the actual number of stone that you need. Now, it wants me to kill the... Okay, there's actually more than I thought there was. I'm like, I only see like 4 packs of wolves, but there's like 5 or 6. So yes, we have the bow. And we need the armory, which is made out of wood.
Wood stocks are too low, sire.
See, I never really understood that. It needs only wood to make the armory, but it looks like it's made out of stone, doesn't it? And what's with like the weird ladder in front of it? I don't know. But now we can put wooden platforms on our wooden castle. Not the best castle, but it's wood. And then, most importantly, the Fletcher's workshop. This is where it starts to get more complicated, because you need money. We have 500 coins to start with, which should get us through this, actually. But later on down the line, you're gonna have to actually
change in the treasury, lord.
edit these taxes. See, as I actually get money from them, it lowers
A fair
that.
tax system all round.
And when it lowers that, I need to increase food. And when I increase food, I need more people making food. And to get more people making food, I need more hovels. And that uses more food. You get the idea where it's going. What now I need is enough wood to build the Fletcher's workshop. And then we can actually start doing something useful than listening to me blither on like an nincompoop. Which... Why are you here listening to that again? Now. And that is the Fletcher's workshop, and there is the Fletcher. We have one last peasant, so technically we could make another to speed this up when we have wood. He has to walk over to survey his shop first.
No taxes is good taxes. That's my motto.
Now, as you can guess, he needs materials to make his bows. Now, what do you think a bow is made out of? Gee, I don't know.
No
Maybe
taxes is good taxes. That's
a piece
my motto.
of wood, which he's going to take. So that takes 1 plank, which he carries over. Now, it didn't happen with the Fletchers, but another thing, like how I
No
mentioned,
taxes is good taxes. That's
these
my
hunters and axemen fought. If a guy who, say, made like if a smith made a sword and he's taking it back to the armory and he is intervened, he'll actually start fighting with the sword. Which was another little detail, which again was nice. And just sit here watching people cut deer open and chop wood. So entertaining. It's so quiet. What are you doing since it's so quiet? I don't know what to say. I'm trying to think of something to say. But... Didn't you already take a piece of wood over? What happened to the bow that you were supposed to make? Well, at least we have...
Our granary stocks are growing, sire.
A lot of food. Wow. We could actually make a hovel. Just because why not? Trying to think. What I could do to have entertainment is show how this guy works. As you can see, the Fletcher is now taking the bow over there.
We await
Which means
orders.
I can train one of these guys. I need to make a hovel because the last guy moved to Fletcher anyway.
We await
To
orders.
get an archer. Now watch the Lord attack. As he
Wolves
slowly
are attacking
waddles
my
over
lord.
there. And just like that, they're dead. One
Yes.
swing.
Moving off.
I think well no, they wouldn't have made it that easy where the Lord
Archers,
himself could do it.
ready.
Probably not.
Ready.
And shoot. And you didn't kill him. Okay, two shots.
Not
Not too bad.
arrows.
Holy oh my god.
My bow is yours.
Okay, so we can't use the Lord anymore in this fighting. Because that was another thing about this game. That was realistic and all, but was still really annoying, is that you can't heal anybody. So that means the Lord is that dead for the rest of the level. Which means we actually have to fight with the archers.
Me lord.
What we could do, since they have to run across these fjords, however you pronounce it,
Instructions.
and
We
step
await
say right
orders.
here, have them have to run all the way across. Although I feel much safer with two archers, so that way they can one-shot those guys just in case they get over there by the time, which with how many wolves there were, they probably would. In fact, two would actually probably be pretty dangerous. These guys bring their stuff back at roughly the same time. I may just make 3, which would be nice. Yeah, just watch them fletch. And the little thing of him carving the bow, the guy from the cutscene, who looks like an old dirty old hobo himself, which is always nice.
Sir, Depuce's men have arrived. We can't allow them to give away our position.
Oh, good. 3 archers
Yes?
compared to my
We are on our way.
1. Unless I get the first shot off,
We
this isn't
await
going to go
orders.
too well. Now that I have
Archers.
2.
Ready.
And then it plays battle music in the background. What the hell are they doing?
My bow is yours. Can't target him, sir.
You can't
Lord,
target him, then move
Leave him
closer.
now. Moving off.
Okay, they're going to fight. They're going to fight. They're going to fight.
We await orders.
Get-
Instructions.
Archer number 3.
We
Hey,
await
quit
orders.
shooting at my Fletcher. They suck at shooting. Oh, no, they got him. Right through the back. I wasn't too pretty.
Yes.
Yes, charge at Archer
Can't
shooting
target
at you
him,
with
sir.
no... Ow!
Archers.
Ow,
ready. We are on our way.
Are you coming to help, Mr. Hunter? Be
Find
very nice.
targets.
Oh, you're just gonna shoot at the deer over there. Really? You shot? They shot the
My
dog.
bow is yours. Me lord, take steady aim.
This
Instructions.
isn't going too well. I have the cover of the trees, which is actually proves
We
that
await orders. A
we should
message
hit them
from your
less.
scribe. The wolves are on the prowl,
Oh,
sire.
bloody brilliant.
Archers, ready.
Kill them!
My bow is
Probably
yours.
shouldn't have
Arrows,
used my
ready,
lord to kill the dudes over there, because he would have been useful for this.
Wolves are attacking my lord.
Where? Oh god. I think I may have failed.
The lord has been killed.
Well, failing
You have
on the
been
first.
defeated.
Oh, that's nice. It's a nice picture.
Place a keep to sight your castle, my
Failing
lord. Sight your
on the
granary,
first mission. On the first battle mission. Aren't I so smart? Let's try this again, shall we? And use the lord to attack the archers, because a guy wearing plate mail probably doesn't take a whole lot of damage from
A
them.
message from your scribe. We'll have to work fast. These wolves are everywhere.
I was hoping I'd have enough wood to instantly build the Fletchers, but I do not. Probably shouldn't have built the barracks that's going to sit there now. But, well. So, that is... That's how great I do. Jeez. Can't believe that happened. Stupid wolves. Yeah, sit over there, howling, laying on top of each other. Gonna be pretty uncomfortable. I don't care. Stupid dogs. Stuff. We'll have him killed at one there, since that won't be a whole lot of problem. Now, once these guys chop this wood, in theory I should have enough for a Fletcher's post. At least the Fletcher's post, so the Fletcher can get going while I get the wood for the armory.
Wolves are attacking my lord.
I mean that one wolf that I sent my dude over to kill? And he still got hit. I mean, come on, it's a sleeping wolf. You can't just slice the wolf in half without getting hit. And Fletcher. And not enough wood. Armory, there we go. And we have
Our
plenty of
stocks
food
are dwindling, my liege.
for now. Yeah, oh, not enough for a second, Fletcher. So, how was your day? Mine was fine. General work. I never actually said what my work was. I don't even think I mentioned I actually have work, because I think maybe at one point in the video, previous one, as my intro, because I'm so bloody smart that I can't just say intro, and have to drag me being stupid on for like 10 minutes. I believe at one point in that I maybe said that I pretty much played games. That's what I do in my spare time, yes, because it's entertaining. I do it with other people most of the time, which is even more entertaining, because then you get to laugh with them as they see how much I suck. No. But no, I have work, and it's only a part-time job, which is alright. It's... I don't want to say janitor because that sounds so... dull? Bad? Down. It's not technically a janitor, but I guess it's called a janitor because I just clean the laundromat connected to this little convenience store. If you live in the west of the United States, you may or may not have heard of Town Pump, which I work at what is apparently the busiest town pump in all of Montana. How busy something can be in Montana, I have no clue, considering it's in the middle of scenic nowhere, but it can be busy. And they just threw in me cleaning the bathrooms as an added bonus. But yeah, that's what I do. So I had loads of fun sweeping stuff off the ground.
We await orders.
I'm so entertaining, aren't
Leaving
I?
now.
But if I wasn't entertaining, you wouldn't be here, I guess. Maybe you're just that bored. Hope you're not that bored, because then I'd take it on myself to make it more entertaining. Which would probably just mean me making myself look even more stupid than I ever have in the past.
We await orders. Yes?
But yeah, that's what I
Moving off.
pretty much do. The thing, well, apparently the scroll wheel, when you put it down, brings you back there. Because I accidentally moved the scroll wheel down. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot to do here that doesn't include you spending a excessive amount of money, because I never really saw like spending $30 to go to the movies as like worth the money, especially when you're buying food, because that flippin' theater food is expensive as bloody hell. Because like $30 to go and get a small popcorn and small drink. You know, movies, I'm just not really that much for the remake movies. Sort of the same thing with TV for me. It's, you know, not really extremely interesting, especially with commercials, because those commercials, I feel like those commercials melt my brain cells.
We await orders.
Not that playing some of
Archers,
the
ready.
games that I do
My
doesn't
boy's
melt
yours.
my brain cells anyway,
are
but
on
at
our
least I'm
way.
doing it willingly.
Leaving
But
now.
now I can stop trying to entertain and actually, quote-unquote, entertain
Nuts,
by shooting
arrows.
virtual arrows at virtual dogs.
Find
Shoot the
them
guys going
targets.
north, because there's more of them.
Take steady aim.
Don't shoot, because I
Arrows
don't want to...
ready.
Oh, come on. Both of you miss and shoot at basically the same location twice.
Sir, Depuce's men have arrived. We can't allow them to give away our position.
Shoot the ones running for the people.
Wolves are attacking my steady aim.
No, they killed Sir Bark-a-Lot.
Me lord,
Well, apparently we got
we await
Depuce.
orders. Instructions.
What a name,
Moving
Depuce.
off.
And that's
We
how
are
you
on
have
our
to say
way.
it too, is Depuce.
Arrows
I'm gonna
ready.
shoot these guys. Should be easier with 3. And one more. Right, there's the ones down there, then the 2 up here. There's a lot in that group. And that group.
Leaving.
So I will deal with Depuce before I deal with the rest of those bloody wolves.
We await orders.
And that hunter is going to get completely murdered. Well, you should have shot at the archers over there.
Moving off.
Right. Duh, maybe I could use this guy.
Yes.
Where did he go? Where did my lord go? Did the lord
No
like
change in
hide?
the treasury, lord.
The lord really... Dude, it's
Archers
3
ready.
archers.
Notch arrows.
And you're wearing plate mail. I don't care if you move at the speed of a snail. They're archers. They aren't gonna
My
pierce
boys,
your
you
metal
finding
suit.
targets, me lord.
Sheesh. And then that guy just disappears.
Take
But
steady aim. We
now we
await
can
orders.
finish.
Instructions.
Well, we
Arrows
took
ready.
2
A
tries
message
just to
from your
kill some
scribe.
wolves.
The wolves are on the prowl, sire.
Thank you for telling me that. Oh wait, those are different wolves.
We await orders.
Well, at least they... I like how they... Well, that one didn't miss. But I like how they all
Wolves are
miss
attacking
and
my
hit
lord.
basically the same exact spot when they miss. Let's see... Oh, well, thank you for stopping the wolves long enough. Hey, he actually killed a wolf before he got
Yes.
mauled.
Not
Your name will be
arrows.
remembered.
No taxes is
Reg
good
dongle.
taxes. That's my motto.
Archers ready.
And this should be the last of the wolves, because it was this simple and I made it that hard by not building quick enough and basically killing my lord. Is there any more? I wouldn't picture that there would be any more. Oh, there we go. And then they just lie down. Like, yeah, that was a long day at work of shooting those guys.
Victory.
And troops lost 0%. And then we feast on wolf meat.
Fortunately, the rat's scouting party did not survive long enough to give away your position. But it is likely that they will be missed before long.
But one guy survived. And now we move next to the rat. Basically surrounded them. Mission 4, the hidden lookout.
A dispatch arrives from Sir Longarm.
Well, that was complicated.
Hopefully, by the time you receive this message, all has gone well, and you'll put an end to those irritating wolves. I now ask a favor of you. Begin constructing an outpost on the edge of Duke de Pousse's territory in order to help me better judge the strength of the rat's forces. You must not, under any circumstances, send confirmation of your mission's completion to Lord Woolsack.
The rat was raised as an only child in lands belonging to the de Pouce family. The Duke showed his mother favor, ensuring that she never paid taxes, and always had enough to get by. One day, a messenger came by, and it was revealed that his father was the same Duke de Pouce who his mother had once worked for as a serving wench. Due to an unfortunate accident, the entire de Pouce family had been lost at sea whilst returning from holiday, leaving the rat as next in line to inherit the title of Duke.
So basically, inbred redneck
Find a
boy.
suitable location on high ground near the lands belonging to Duke de Pouce and start construction of an outpost. The wooden keep will offer better protection than a simple hall. Take some cattle to breed as the land there suits them well. Do not show yourself to the enemy. But should you be discovered, let none escape to tell. The hills will give your archers an advantage when firing from height.
Well, considering the mission objectives is eliminate all enemy units, and there's the difficulty. So why not make it completely as masochistic as possible and put it on very hard? It's easy, normal, hard, and very hard. Why the hell not?
Place
Let's
a keep
go.
to sight your castle, my liege.
Ooh, I vaguely remember this one,
Sight your granary, sire.
and that's a pretty tall building for a thing of medieval age wood. I vaguely remember this, and I remember how much I hated it. This is gonna be so much fun. As I smile like an idiot. Well, at least I can place these up here on the autumn-ish ground. Get those, get those. Get the granary. Can still only make Fletcher's workshops, though, which is a slight disappointment. Since we need to make a gigantic castle, let's get 5 woodcutters' huts. And then have these guys sit here with cows. And apparently he has to wait for the starter cows to grow up. Buttercup. very generic cow name.
No taxes is one thing, but what about a small gift? Go on.
Well, with a name like Denby Luckless, and you're asking for me to give the people money, I think you're out of luck. Daisy and another Buttercup. You can't have two cows named Buttercup. Then that's repeating the name. Bessie. The most generic cow name ever. Now we have two of them. That was the only thing. The animal names in this are limited to like 5 each. Okay, now we get that. Now let's get a Fletcher's. Since we have the wood, build an armory. See, even the ground base for it, when you flatten the land, is stone. Yeah, that requires wood. I never understood that. Even in Crusader, it was the same thing, except it was made out of sandstone, because everything is retextured to look to a Crusader-y theme, and as you can guess, for a game like Crusader, it's in the Crusades. How creative. Let's build another Fletcher's, so that way we can build more than an archer every 5 minutes. And start with the wall. Let's just make the okay wall of China. How about that? Alright. Just zoom over here. There's a hole right there that I'm going to need to fill. And then this humongous thing right here. Actually, I can probably get in that little... Nah, it's too raised. I always like to put it back to what I originally had the thing on. It actually has to retexture those things whenever you move it. I never noticed that. It's those little details that you never notice until you're, I don't know, play it 20 years after you played it before. Shoop. Put that there for good measure. Put this here for good measure. And that. And then seal this off. And now all I need is platforms. What? I just spent the wood without actually placing the platforms. What the hell? What a wonderful glitch that is. Just lost 20 wood because it placed platforms. It's gonna be pretty awkward, 3 people chopping a tree at once, and then that guy doesn't get any of the wood. And then he chops a tree and it falls on himself. So now it's just a magic axe. Oh, there he is. Mr. Greenleaf. Well, that's probably why you lived, because your last name is Greenleaf. It's supposed to be funny. Got 2 things there. Get a bow. So now the next order of business. Although, to be fair, with the wall so close, they'd probably get a better, as he stands up there and walks in place, probably get a better advantage from standing on top of this thing that's right next to these little looky outposts. But, oh well. Barracks. Let's check. It's only been that long? That ain't gonna be too good.
We await orders needed, sire.
Well, giving you ample time to prepare, at least.
Recruits needed, sire.
See, it takes a while to get
yours.
the recruits because there's
We are
only
on our way.
1 person spot. So basically, he has to indoctrinate every single citizen who comes in here before they can actually be used. Which is why, if you're trying to make an army quickly, you have like 10 citizens idle. Talking so much, I need to get a drink. Throat dry. Decided to make another dairy farm
Our food
because
stocks are dwindling, my liege.
I'm going to do this.
No change
and
in
this.
the Treasury Lord. The people worship you, sir. No change in the Treasury
Actually
Lord.
set to average and get $8 every turn
Recruits
as I do
needed,
air
sire.
quotes. Alright, I need a hovel to get more people.
We
And
await
indoctrinate.
orders. Me lord, leaving now.
I always thought that was the weirdest way to me. And then it just, an orange blob pops out of that. You see that? It's an orange blob of cheese pops out of the barrel. I always thought cheese was kind of weird like that, how you just ate rotten milk. I know it has all these things in it, but still.
Instructions.
And yet,
moving
I love
off.
cheese. And again, if you don't love cheese, you're on a diet. I don't know. Make a couple platforms over here to be safe. And you know what? Let's do this, if I can, which I cannot. So let's destroy these, since these come with 2 free outposts on it, and create a gate to use up some of my gigantic
We await
thing
orders.
of wood.
We await orders.
Oh,
we are
5
on our
archers
way.
is a nice start. It's been so... I feel like it's just preparing you for a gigantic thing of failure. Like, yeah, you're gonna sit here and prepare for 20 minutes, and then we're going to completely massacre you. Have a nice day. Since I have the gold, I'm going to make a 3rd Fletcher's workshop, since I have the wood income now, to make plenty of stuff. How's
Our
the
food stocks are
It's
dwindling,
going
my liege.
down. I should probably make 2 more of these, since I have the people. And all that'll do is just increase the food
Found
income.
us, sir. What are your orders?
Well, there we go. And... whoa. Wonder how many there actually are. Whoa. They're multiplying. 5, 10, 15, 14, 15 spears. Spearmen aren't that hard. Since I have
We
the
await
wall, it's
orders.
going to be pretty simple.
Yes. Leaving now.
But they don't seem to be moving from their spot. Oh, there we go. And those are spearmen. Those are people we can't make yet, but we should be able to make shortly. And they're just walking along. Walking along.
Archers,
Yeah, archers.
ready.
Archer. Oh, there we go. They actually take a few shots. And that poor woodsman is stuck outside the wall.
My boy's yours. Me lord.
Stay on here. They're going to destroy that. So having my people camp on this thing wasn't the best of ideas. Go, my citizens, protect us.
The Lord is under attack. Grow steadily, sire.
Kill them. Don't let the Lord. There we go. Hey. Yeah, you better not be killing my people. This was a wooden gate. Well, let's fix that and make a wooden gate again. Actually, let's not. I mean, we have a lot of wood in here, so that guy can just... If they don't have anywhere to go, if you actually completely break their path, they actually disappear. Which I always thought was kind of weird. let's make the wall something. Yeah, there we go. That way, they can't get in here very easily. Now the problem is that I still need towers.
We await orders.
Guys,
Instructions. We await orders.
I did that without losing any archers, I believe. A couple of them did get hurt because they got stabbed.
Wood needed.
This is only a stab. Let's
Our cows are struck down by a strange malady, my lord.
No, Bessie, no. No. Action movie scream. No. Well, that's a nice way to put the wooden platforms that are going to be replaced, actually. Can you give me more wood? Because my Fletchers actually need more wood.
We await orders.
Get some
Yes.
more archers.
Moving off.
And there's the cows. Daisy, Daisy, Bessie, Buttercup, and Clover. Yay, Bessie's back. Alright. Apparently, cannot actually be placed there. Oh well. Let's just place them like that and hope they can shoot over a 3-thick wall.
Granary stocks are very low, sire.
And the granary's low because the cows died. Which is so much fun. Do 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 do. Completely
We are
screwing up
almost out
the
of
song.
food, sire. The granary
Well,
is empty, sire.
All okay. Well, it's because we don't have any cows doing anything useful. All the 5 workers are milking their cows, and then
Our
they're going
scouts
to.
report another group of the rats men heading in our direction. Are we ready for them?
I don't
Archers,
know, are we?
ready! My boys,
We have
yours.
12 archers. I'm not sure if that's enough. See, now these guys have all the wood, all the cheese, except for that guy. He's lazy. He wanted aged cheese.
Granary stocks are very
Our
low.
So
Stocks are
now we
growing,
have
sire.
food. Yay! Now we aren't going to starve. See, just in that small amount of time, it went from 100 happiness to 76.
The people hold you in great esteem, my lord.
Still going down because technically it
Our
hasn't
granary stocks are
become the
growing,
new
sire. The people
month.
hold you in
So
great
they're not.
esteem, my lord.
It's not actually counting that we have
Our
food.
granary stocks are growing, sire.
Oh, wait.
The people hold you in great esteem, my lord.
Right.
Our gold stocks grow steadily, sire.
I'm an idiot.
The people hold you in great esteem, my lord.
I forget that I put
Our
it to
granary stocks are growing, sire.
extra rations,
The
which gave me the
rats'
happiness.
troops are attacking.
Oh, duh,
We
duh,
await
duh.
orders.
I should have
My
enough
lord. We are on our way.
gold for the rest of the game. Anyway, hopefully. Let's see. Even more spears. Right, I believe
Instructions.
4 people can fit on
We await orders.
one tower, as this guy wants to be an idiot and not go on the tower. There we go. Build one more.
Yes. Leaving
Shove
now.
those guys on it.
We await orders. Archers, ready.
Looks actually about the same amount as there was before, although there's probably overlap somewhere. Unless they're coming from 2 directions? Okay. Yeah, it looks like about the same amount of troops. Which is nice, because now we have even more stuff to kill them with. See, we actually killed someone before they got to the wall this time. 2 people. 3. Let's watch it Let's watch it in cinematic mode. Well, those guys can shoot at an angle to kill each other's stuff, which is nice. So we killed them with hardly a scratch to the wall. I'm just going to check if there was a scratch to the wall. Which there was one there, but that was about it. You could tell because it popped up a thing there, even though there was a little piece that said, hey, we already have stuff here. So that was good. Let's place this here. Can we place another? Yes. And
we await
that's
orders.
Other guy. And that would be the last one.
My boy's yours.
For the towers.
Moving off.
Yeah, we just gotta wait for there may be one more battle in between, possibly. I have no idea. I also love the music because it actually gave me a kind of
is rising.
medieval
We await orders.
ish
Instructions.
feel, even though it's probably completely video game-ized. Word of the day, video game-ized. What the hell are you doing? Just like standing halfway up the stairs, like staring at people's legs or something else that I don't want to mention. I'll get back up on your stupid castle.
We await orders. We await orders.
One of these guys up here. See, now this is actually looking like how an outpost should. I guess. Let's just hope they don't attack from the backside, huh? Well, no, that actually covered it so it's actually a weirdly squared off cliff area.
A small group of the rat soldiers are heading to the castle.
Oh, hey! Going to be attacked again. Let's hope that they're...
Bessie is acting a little strange, Lord. So are most of the other cows.
Oh, don't tell me we're going to have another cow malady before this thing is over.
Our granary
I don't
stocks
think
are growing,
well, our
sire.
granary might be able to handle it. I keep checking that because I just want to see. I'm very stupidly curious like that. Let's put this here. You know what? Did placing the tower there really put a hole in the wall? Seriously? Like, edited the cliff face so that way there was a hole in the wall all of a sudden. Well, now you get to disappear and those guys get to disappear.
The rats' troops are attacking.
Let's thicken these walls so that way if they do kill the people on here, because I'm pretty sure at one point they'll probably send archers, make them have to take as long as physically possible to get through, so that way we can recruit a couple people. That is a greater number of spearmen, and that's not even last attack. But we should have plenty of archers to deal with this. Should be
we await orders needed, sire. Yes.
People.
We are on our way.
Attack any time you feel like it. Sometime would be nice. Instead of standing there, looking like a loon. There we go. So now we have plenty of archers, plenty of towers. And this should be pretty much in the bag. I'm actually going to place another tower over here for the
Archers, ready!
sake of apparently not placing a tower. Son of a bitch. Cinematic mode. No reason to do it except...
We have survived the enemy's onslaught.
Oh, apparently they were going for the other wall with a small band of people. Well then. Actually using tactics and such.
My boy's yours. Leaving
Let's
now.
fix that. Like how we're still shooting at them even though they're halfway across the map because they're running away. And they are gone. And these guys are on the wall. Now I need to get enough people to put on the other tower over there. And while we're at it, since we have the resources, random tree in the wall line, because why not? That's the only thing. You could only remove trees in this game by having your woodcutters chop them down. It's proved to be problematic considering trees will randomly sprout saplings if you scroll to an earlier point in this video, you'll probably see that these were not here at one point. So they randomly sprout saplings nearby like a real tree would. Problem with that is that they could sprout in where you want to put your wall before you place your wall. And that tends to get a bit annoying when all of a sudden you can't finish your wall because there is a tree in the way. And what...
A small group of the rat soldiers are heading to the castle.
That's a lot of attacks. I don't remember this many attacks.
We await orders. Instructions.
Alright, we now have another 4 to put on this tower.
Moving off.
And you know what? Since we have 121, Jesus Christ. 3, 4, build another hovel, because why not?
We are losing our food stocks are dwindling, my liege.
Extra rations and
no change in the treasury, lord. The people love you, my lord. No change in the treasury, lord. We await orders.
I'm actually gonna need more taxes.
We are
anyway.
on our way.
So I'm almost out of gold. I was curious to see if that next attack that it's sending is the last.
The rats' troops are attacking.
Which it's not. Well, this looks like an even greater amount of spearmen, considering the group over there was still multiplying. I always thought that was kind of funny how they would multiply because they're appearing on the edge of the screen. Actually, it looks roughly the same amount as the last attack. It should be easy enough, because now we have even more people on an even better wall. I mean, come on. At least tower defense villains have learned that if you're going to send wave after wave, send them in increasingly stronger waves. Not, you know, same waves again and again, because that gets kinda dull. See, they have a small group, well, it's actually larger now, going over here to attack over here. I think what happened last time is most of them got killed by the archers over here, so it counted as, oh, we're dead. They're taking down the wall!
Outlying villagers have seen a band of the rats' troops heading this way.
But they just attacked. Well, they definitely actually damaged the wall this time, so there had to be more of them. Because I had even more archers than last time. See all that? That is where they poked holes in the wall. See? See the difference? But, hole in the wall fixed. And they didn't get to the wall over there. So,
we await orders. Archers
on
ready.
The castle. How are these guys getting back into the castle? And how did he just disappear and start chopping down another tree?
The rats' troops are attacking.
Apparently he's glitched. Okay, this is the last attack, and first, it's definitely even more than the previous one, and in a much shorter time span, which is an improvement. However, if you're going to be attacking a fortified position, shouldn't you send some sort of range support instead of sending
the stockpile is full,
a gigantic amount of... Really, stockpile is full? Instead of sending a gigantic amount of people who have nothing but spears and, like, cloth armor? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I think Depuce doesn't have a whole lot of tactical sense coming from a service wench. There we go. The final battle. That's a lot of wood.
We await orders. My boy
Get
is
2
yours.
more guys up here for good measure. And final battle cinematic. So why not? Even zoom out for full effect. And those guys over there are completely murdered. These guys are lasting a bit longer. I think it's the trees in the front.
The enemy are vanquished.
Yeah, you better run. Oh wait, you can't because you're...
The cowards have run, sir. We can't catch them. They'll give us away for sure.
It's gonna be the most bad feeling dude ever. Running away when you have like 20 people shooting at you. Sheesh. I didn't lose a single guy either.
You have boldly beaten back many of the rats' patrols, but a few stragglers have managed to survive the last attack and escaped. Although no new orders have been received, you cannot afford to let them reach Duke de Pouce to uncover your location.
And so, as such, we attack Depuce. However, that will be for another set of videos because think I've recorded enough. Like 4 levels, I believe it was. So that was Stronghold, and I'll continue this next time. All this will come out sectioned off, probably about a week's worth, with tomorrow's video being a different game, so it'll probably extend into next week, which will be good, because that means I don't need to work hard. Just kidding. But that's it for now. See you next time. And remember, this guy doesn't have a lot of tactical sense.